So say there's this field and you have been hungry and you have come from so little and so much struggle and you've always had like enough, or you you just were always provided for, or you could always get like just enough. But say you need something like to eat and you don't have anything, and you see this field. You walk out to this field. It's very lush. It's full of berries. It's full of lots of just natural, good, fresh fruit hanging off of the vines and off of the bushes and all of that. And there's even um, rows and rows of like maybe tomatoes or corn or other things that are fresh that you could just eat or throw into a salad or make something really great, make a great fresh feast of something. Even roasted vegetables. Oh my goodness, have you ever roasted vegetables in your oven? It's a whole different level of flavor. It will make you a vegetarian if you want one, or you can consider it. So say there's so much abundance out there and you just step into that field, and then you take this little basket and you're like, okay, I have this basket, and somebody gives it to you and they say you could pick whatever, and you're like so excited that you go and you get a little of this and maybe a little of that, and you barely fill this basket up because you're used to only having that basket or that amount, at a certain level, at a certain level. So you take that back to your house and you do that every so often, as much as you need to. You keep getting that same amount. Every time you go out, you keep getting that same amount. This could be like your work, that when you work, you only get that same amount. If you were on a welfare, you only had that same amount pretty much. Um, if maybe you and your spouse work, you guys only both pulled in equaling the same amount, which was the amount that was just enough or of barely making it. But the harvest is ripe. The harvest is ready. The harvest is full. The harvest is plentiful. There's abundance, and God wants to bring you into an abundant life. He wants to give you hope. He wants to tell you of a hope and a future. But say He's giving you this basket or this stream of income or this new door of opportunity or this business idea, but then you go into this and you come back with the same amount, and you have this freedom maybe because you know that you can go get that when you want, but you still keep reaching that same limit or level. Is it you that's limiting you? Are you used to living at that level? Okay, because there's a whole field and you can go back and go back and go back and get more and more and more if you wanted to. There's so much that you can come back and be overflowing. So much that you can be overflowing, and then you can help others or bless others in their ministry or making of ministries, or in their business or making of a business, or in their just trying to get on their feet, or when they're in an emergency or something. And so there's another level. Are we capping ourselves at a level? Are we looking at work even like it has to be very, very hard? There might be a stream of income or a way or a business idea that God has for you so that you don't have to be in something laborious and toilsome. But even when He gives it to you, do you cap yourself or limit yourself or only reach the limit or the level that you were so used to having? I remember there was a lady in the Bible that was crouched over for so many years, and or crouched down or something, but she was so broken down and used to living at that level. And Jesus touched her and healed her, and I think he was like telling her to stand up, or she didn't realize that she could stand up. She was crouched over for so long. Um, and so, sometimes you're in the field. You have the basket, you have the stream, you have the income, or you have the stream of income, the opportunity. I mean, you have the opportunity. You're in the field, but are you still capping yourself at a certain level? Maybe you don't need that basket. Maybe you can get a huge shopping cart and always fill that up in as many times as you want and not just once in a while. Um, anyway, I was just picturing how God can take us into the abundant life, but we have to stand all the way up. We have to rise all the way up to the level that He's trying to bring us to. And it's not for show. And people that do things for show, I mean, a lot of people do it and it's just cute and it's funny and you get it. But then there's those that are narcissists. And what they do for show is to be obnoxious and to be like braggadocious and competitive and just be ugly. And that's how some people see wealthy people. But anyway, I know some people like this, and it really is a turn off to. I don't know. It may make you think if that's how somebody's going to act when they have certain things, that I don't want to be at that level. But yes, you do. You can live at a higher level, rise to a higher level, get a higher level of income. It doesn't have to be toilsome. God has the blueprints and ideas for you, and you can rise to that level without being a snob, and just be blessed and just be happy and be a beacon of hope or a light to other people and even a help to other people without hanging it over their heads and without because I've just seen really negative toxic people, how they act and when they have stuff. And I would think, oh, I don't want to be like that. And I think that that's what a lot of us do. We think, oh, if we're going to be like that, if we have more, then I don't want to be that. But anyway, you can be the way that God means for you to be. You can be happy. You can be abundant, and you can have that abundant life. And it's possible, but you're going to have to warfare. You're going to have to pray. You might need people to pray over you. You might need deliverance. You might need to do self-deliverance. You might need to keep doing it. Um, you're going to have to most definitely be obedient. You're going to have to be sensitive to His voice and His leading. And He may take you through strategic and classroom simulator type relationships and jobs in order to strategically leverage and position you into even realizing who you are, what you really want to do, and what you don't want to do. And you can be leveraged into what you really want to do. The reason God will send you into some jobs and you're like, I don't know why he has me in this thing. Ask Him what the lessons are, because there's a reason. And He's trying to teach you who you are. Sometimes He puts you in a place so that you become frustrated, so that you realize that you want more of this and maybe less of that, or you want to be a communicator, maybe you want to do sales, but you don't want to be manipulating, I like I could do sales, but I'm not going to manipulate your ass. Like, if you come into me because you want it, I'm not going to try to pull you in and round up people, and that's not me. I'm not a smooth talker, manipulator. I hate that. I hate manipulation. I hate it. So that's not me. But I am a communicator. But I want to get to deeper root issues. So if I'm on the phone and we're talking about your credit, I'm hearing the spirits in your voice and I really want to help you with the real root issues. So you have to figure out through these jobs that you go into that may be similar to what you want to do, but not exactly. And the reason why God sends you to those things when He is sending you is because He's trying to guide you towards even more specific prayer requests, which is actually pretty cunning on God's part, because He will put desires in your heart, but then He needs you to ask and cry out to Him to have those desires met. And so when you're in relationships that He's led you into, or jobs that He's led you into, and it's not really what you want to do, it's there to temper you. It's there to train you. You're also It's like you're suffering for a time, but your latter glory and rewards will not compare to, you know, what you're like. The latter rewards is going to be greater than anything you ever suffered. It's going to be like your suffering is going to be worth it. So endure your classrooms, relationships, and your and your jobs, so that God could bring you into that abundance. Now, whatever He wants to bring you into, it's going to take faith for you to be obedient to do it. It's going to take sacrifice. It's going to take faith, and depending on your call, what tool you are in His toolbox, um, it's your process is going to differ from my process and another person's process. This is why you don't want to be a copycat, because copycats, that's so stupid. You got to be authentic to who you are. I never get jealous of people. I can appreciate wisdom. I could sit at the feet of a wise person, and I can appreciate beauty. I could compliment both, and I'll never be jealous. I'll never envy. I'll never be jealous, because I'm fascinated by myself. I'm fascinated by God, and I'm fascinated by my own journey. I'm fascinated. I'm in awe of what He wants to do, and how are we going to get there. And I'm in awe that He's so gentle, that He takes me baby steps, because He knows that I don't know what the heck I'm doing, so I enjoy how He's brought me baby steps in my journey. He's gave me this lesson so that I can teach others that are younger than me, my age, or older than me. And it's just fascinating, because I've been through so much crap, and I've been led through so much junk, that what I carry, I can help people that are even beyond my age, which puzzles me because I'm still learning. So anyway, but that's part of what He gives me, so I can help people as a part of what my purpose is. Anyway, there's an abundant life. And I know that we always quote verses about Jesus wants to give you, He's like, I came to give you the abundant life, and and so that you can live life more abundantly. And I was like, yeah, I want to believe it, but I only knew struggle, and I only knew life capped at a certain level. No, what's crazy is I knew poverty, yet I knew riches at the same time. I knew poverty in my household, but yet God would send me to sit with leaders and engineers and multimillionaires and go to leadership classes and entrepreneur classes. And I was like, why are you sending me to this class when I'm really poor? For years, God would keep trying to show me who I am. And I would go to these classes because He would lead me there. And anyway, you can rise to the level that you were really made to rise to. All God is trying to do is remind you of who you are before He put you in your mother's womb. There's an agreement that you made with Him. He's already set certain gifts in you to do what you need to do, but there's going to be honing, there's going to be developing, there's going to be a process, and there's going to be pressure that you're going to have to walk through and walk under, and maybe fires you have to go through till the fire doesn't burn you anymore. Because there's a process, and the enemy also will warfare against you for your purpose, so that you get wearied, so that you give up, so that you don't get to the level that you're supposed to. If you're a builder, first God probably breaks you, because you're more dispersible or more usable when you're more pliable after you've been broken. So a lot of times God has you work under others, or He breaks you through hard situations, and then He's going to use you to be a distributor, a builder, a creator, a leader, a person that's going to employ others. So if we're going to rise to the level that He wants for us to be, for whatever tool you are, you have to endure your process. You're going to get attacks. You're going to get, if you're going to help people to overcome witchcraft, you're probably going to have witches undercover coming after your ass. You're going to come under a lot of demonic attacks against your health, things that don't make any sense. You're going to come against a lot of attacks against your money, your family, because if they can't get to you and they can't break you down, if the enemy can't break you down, it's coming after your children. Doesn't even matter how well you try to raise them for God. Doesn't matter. They could turn the other way and and maybe give you hell. And it's all to break you down. It's all to break the family so that you get off focus and you don't go after the purpose that God built you for. So if you're going to go after your purpose, depending on your call and how high it is, you're going to have to learn how to overcome certain things and how to endure. If you're going to help people to break spells and witchcraft off them, if God's going to give you that anointing to do that on a regular basis, you're going to have to learn how to overcome witches and witchcraft and just a lot of demonic stuff that comes straight through believers. It comes more through believers than anybody else. But these are the things that we have to learn. Whatever it is that you have to learn, God's going to send you through your simulator. He's going to send you through your transitional relationships. He's going to send you through your classroom jobs. And if you want to ascend faster or you want to grow faster, ask him, what is the lesson? Why am I dealing with this person? And what am I to learn? And the faster you learn to ask that, the faster you'll grow through those relationships and those jobs that are not your ultimate of what you're supposed to be in. And then you're going to be happy if you can overcome those things, because then you're going to get into your abundant life, whatever that looks like for you. And you're going to be able to be leveraged and maybe able to inspire and help others and say, look, this is what God walked me through. Because when he brings us through, it's so that we give him the credit. It's so that we give him the glory. So that's what I want to share. But there's an abundant field and the harvest is plenty. And yeah, there's souls. Yeah, you can reach them. But there's an abundant life. And if you have more, you can do more.